What up? Long time no see. We here. It almost didn't happen. I was planning to do this all day, and then the time came to hit the button. And of course, as life constantly does, it gives me a reason not to, which was, in this case, a good friend of mine calling me and keeping me on the phone for about an hour and a half. So I'm about an hour and a half late. Nonetheless, I'm here just to jump in real quick. It's been a week and some change. And I feel a little bit out of practice. I'm not even gonna hold you, but nonetheless, it's like riding a bike. You hit the button, you start yapping. I'm not gonna hold y'all for too long. I got some things I want to do. Hold on one second. I'm gonna swing you around. My tripod is a little bit too high for my liking. There we go. I forgot that I don't like it that high. Smart Savvy was good. Welcome. It's been a minute. How you been? I'm just getting started with the live today. I was thinking about going live yesterday, but it was odd day number one, and number two, I was like, I'm not really feeling it. But I'm here today because it is an even day, and that is my assigned day to do this. So here we are. Unseen was good. Welcome to the chat. How you been? Mrs. Stewart, welcome, welcome. Thank y'all for joining me. Y'all already know I'm super grateful for your presence. And it feels good to be back. It's been a minute. It's been a week. A week and a couple days maybe. I couldn't go live because I had my babies. And I mean I could have gone live, but I was just like, let me be present. It's not really all that important to be live while I have my kids. What's more important is to give them all my attention, my time, my focus, my energy. And that's what I did. And it was definitely worth it. It was an amazing week. Amazing 8 days, I should say. And having them in Florida for the first time, or being in Florida for the first time in like 2 years, I want to say. Since Lumi was born. I mean, we stopped through one time when we were on our way back up from Orlando last year. So like they've been here, of course, but they haven't lived here. Especially Aura hasn't lived here in like 2 years. So it was good to have her revisit my hood of Jacksonville, my hood. See the sights, hit the parks up. There's so much stuff for kids down here in Jacksonville. I'm so grateful for that, man. We went to this like, I guess it's a jump park. It's a inflatable park. It's the world's largest inflatable park. It's called Funbox. We went to that shit. She had a ball. She was so scared in the beginning. She wanted to when I showed it to her on the phone. She wanted to. She was like, "Yeah, I'm all about that." Then we got there. We got to the entrance. And she was like, I don't know. And she was about to like cry a little bit. And I coached her through it. And 2 hours later, man, that girl's having a time of her life. She said this is the best day ever. So I won dadding for the day. And Lumi was there. Lumi did the obstacle course. That girl is so strong and so smart for being just 2 years old. So yeah, it was a great experience, man, to participate in the ritual that is Les Christmas, the good old Saint Nick. It did feel a little funny though, like Aura's 5 now, and we're still going with the Santa Claus shenanigan, and like she's definitely old enough to put it together. She kept trying to like test me, like kind of in a way like to insinuate that she knows that Santa ain't real and we the ones who get her presents. It was fun. It was probably the last year she's gonna fall for it. And in a way too, I'm like, I feel bad about lying to her. I was like, damn, I am actually lying to my daughter now. Like this ain't even It ain't like fun and giggles like, oh, it's Santa and elves in the North Pole. And no, like this is legitimate lying. Like I'm like, yo, nah, I didn't get that. Santa got that. I don't know what your presents are. What is Christmas? I don't even know what Christmas is. Just she asked me about Christmas every 5 minutes from what day did I get her? The 20th. I got her on the 20th. From the time that I got her in this house on the 20th, from the time that she opened up her gifts on the 25th, maybe like every 10 minutes she was asking me what's up with her gifts. When can she open them? She just wants them now. And I'm like, yo, I don't even have them. Like, stop asking me. But good times nonetheless. Good to see that you're all doing well. It seems to be. It's a crazy time in these parts of the world. I mean, in every part of the world, but definitely America. If you've been paying attention to what's going on with the whole Venezuela thing, with the stable coins being quickly ushered in, digital ID, surveillance, the Fed, just I mean, when is the world not crazy when you pay attention? That's why so often I catch myself not paying attention because I'm like, damn, my day would have been good and nice if I didn't know about what the fuck Donald Trump just said. Sienna was good. Welcome to the chat. I am just catching y'all up on how my week was. On spending time with my baby girls. It was really dope, man. My little Lumi is so smart. She's not even 2 years old yet, and she can read and identify numbers. She's identifying some. She's definitely got letters, but she's like getting words sometime, which is very cool to see. Super smart, man. And she has the voice of an angel. Like I can't get enough of my 2 year olds. She could say anything, and I just melt. My favorite thing, one of my favorite things she does is she'll look at something and point to it and like baby gibberish it, and then I'll give her like the real name of the thing that she's pointing at, and she'll repeat like, oh, what did she said some shit. Oh, helicopter. Like she didn't really know the word for helicopter, so we saw a helicopter flying in the sky one day, and I was like, helicopter, and she was like, helicopter, hello, helicopter. She does that for everything. You introduce her to a color, even if she knows what the thing is, she'll say hello, whatever the thing is. She's always saying hello to things, and it's so fucking cute. And another cool thing that she does is she thinks it's funny. She knows it's funny when she says, "Where are you?" She'll call her sister like Aura. Where are you? She like the way she sings it out. It's so fucking cute, man. Children, am I right? Especially small children when they have those angelic cherub-esque voices. You can't get enough of it. Also, just like that feeling of, I mean, don't ever take for granted being a caretaker and like having small children under your watch, I guess is what I'm trying to say. And you get to like hold them, and when you hold them, like you squeeze them, their little like soft, squishy bodies. Man, what a feeling. Oh yeah, this baby's so fragile. She's so delicate, yet flexible and durable enough to take the bumps and bruises of everyday life. Yeah, happy holidays to you all. I don't know if I mentioned that yet, but definitely happy holidays to us all. We all doing our best. Yeah, man. I can't wait to get back to work already. That shit has been slow. My InstaWork app hasn't really been working like that since I took that time off. So I'm looking for something different, man. Hopefully I can get into something remote, something steady, consistent, something that has some benefits. That's some other shit that happened since the last time I talked to y'all. I was bragging about it on one live a few weeks ago how I had health insurance that only cost me a penny a month. Donald Trump went and passed some new shit or took away some new shit or took away some old shit, I should say, and now my health insurance went from 1 penny a month to $71 a month for the same fucking plan. And that sucks. Cause I ain't really trying to pay. I think all insurance is a scam, but health insurance is like one of them scams you gotta have. Like it's your health. You wanna be able to go to the doctor if you have to. But damn, 1 penny to 71 is OD, Donald Trump. Anybody else have that? That shit happen to them? I already do a temp service, but I'm checking them out. Happy Feet was good. Welcome, sister. Yeah, man. So that part of life is life in. What else we got going on in the world? I'm gonna go get some music real quick. Bear with me. Yeah. Oh, I can't do it. I gotta do the motherfucking epidemic. No, not Flipboard. Apps be looking the same on the phone these days. So many of them. All right. Just get that music going. Yeah. Ah. Oh yeah, I themed this video The Eternal Now. And I themed this video The Eternal Now because I actually just ran across it, and the prayer that I do at the end of each one of these videos, I always say, we come to you in the ever present moment of now, or some shit like that, but I'm gonna change it to the eternal now because that's a much better way to say it. And I thought it was dope how I just randomly came across that in some random magazine. And I was like, yo, that's perfect. I will incorporate that into the prayer, and I will theme this video The Eternal Now because I was just listening to Richard Feynman give a speech or a talk, I guess, or what do they give you in college? A lecture? There you go. It was a lecture of Richard Feynman. And Richard Feynman is one of the most famous, world-renowned, I want to say physicist, definitely some type of a scientist, possibly a physicist. But he's known for that saying that we all know, which is, if you can't explain it to a 5-year-old, then you don't know it well enough. That's the guy who coined that phrase. But anyway, he was talking about time and how time. Damn, I can't even fucking express the shit like I want to express it, but let's try it. He was talking about how time is not linear, of course. I mean, we all know that at this point, but how everything that has ever happened or ever will happen is happening right now. Like, and this is proven scientifically using the speed of light somehow, where if you're moving at a certain speed, or if you are a certain distance from someone or something that's concerned about this subjective thing called now, they're now moving at their speed or their distance is a completely different than the now that the person speaking or thinking it is. So now is subjective in a way, and that wasn't something that I had ever really known. I always thought that now is now everywhere in the entirety of the universe, but it's not true, apparently. And I don't know it well enough to keep explaining it or elaborating on the shit, apparently. But yeah, time moves different for entities or bodies or matters of subjectives of matter. And that's fucking cool to me. But another way to explain it too is like fruit flies live for a day. So who's to say that the one day in the life of a fruit fly doesn't feel like the 80 fucking years of a human life? That sounds like a lovely holiday, Happy. I mean, besides the fact that you had to work, but I guess it's a lovely holiday still if you look at it as like you got a chance to work. I hope they gave you time and a half and all of that. Watched it. You ended the day off by watching a movie. That was what's up. Getting ready for the Twilight Zone marathon. Oh snap! That sounds like fun. I love the Twilight Zone and all the Twilight Zone-ish movies or shows like Black Mirror and all that stuff. For real, for real. What was that show? Was that still the Twilight Zone where the guy was like, did it happen or did it not happen? I sampled it in one of my videos. I can't remember the name of the show. I don't know if it was Twilight Zone. It was some other shit. Maybe it was like Believe It or Not or something. Sienna says, can we be weird and talk about if anyone is experiencing any bodily upgrades lately? Hope y'all are into that type of stuff. Do you believe in supernatural gifts, Matt? Yeah, I'm a knower of supernatural gifts. I've experienced the supernatural plenty of times in my life. I can't say that I wield my own gifts the way I would prefer, but I feel like I definitely have some. And sometimes I have more control over them than others. But yeah, as of recently, have I felt anything new for me per se? Not really. But also at the same time, yeah, I feel like a shift in my own and my own confidence. But that could just be a symptom from like this renewed determined vigor I have after seeing my whenever I see my girls and get that recharge, I'm like, I'm fucking ready to go. I'm on fire. So I feel that within myself. I don't have any injuries. I'm not injured in any type of a way. So that's always like, even though it's a baseline, it feels like a plus at my age. Like I'm not injured in any type of a way besides my ego. And yeah, so that's cool. What about you, Sienna? Though, like you felt some upgrades. What you talking about? What you thinking about? What's going on over there with you? You floating off the floor when you meditate? Let's talk about it. Dr. Aubrey, what's good? I am doing well. Thank you for asking. Somebody said Black Charlie Kirk. The fuck? Yeah, man. But yeah, life has been lifing, as it is for everybody. Um, but I'm excited to hear about what's your bodily upgrade, Sienna. Did you grow a couple inches taller? Let me go get my stress ball. Happy feet. What's on my mind? Shit. Whole bunch of shit. But nothing I could really vocalize, verbalize, articulate. Just a bunch of, you know, mush, a bunch of mushy thoughts. What about you, Happy? What you got? What you got for us tonight, family? Yes, I haven't slept walked in years and found myself back doing it. Also, my hearing seems to have upgraded. I can hear so far, and I'm usually somewhat deaf. That's funny, Sienna. Sleepwalking, huh? Sleepwalking? Sleepwalking is deep, man. And if you can sleepwalk and like not knock the pictures on your wall off the wall, or like bump into the wall and wake yourself up, or hurt yourself in any type of way, I wonder what you're like. What do you? First of all, how do you know you're sleepwalking too? Like, is somebody in the house like, yo, girl, you was walking through the kitchen last night making lemonade in your sleep? Like, how do you know you're sleepwalking? The one time I ever had someone tell me that I sleptwalk was my aunt. When I was like a preteen, I used to sleepwalk. She said that I would just sleepwalk. I would sleepwalk around the house perfectly, like not bumping into any walls, like opening cabinets, taking cups out, talking to myself, taking myself back to my room with my eyes closed, and getting back into bed. But that's the only time, that's the only experience I personally have with sleepwalking. I wonder, how does it make you feel for you? What do you think it means? You going back to sleepwalking And as far as hearing so far, I think that's dope too. That is a great upgrade to get. Hearing farther, seeing farther, smelling more, tasting more. The senses being heightened in any way is definitely a dope feeling. I think I've heard that when it gets cold, travel moves more easily because heat waves distort sound. But don't quote me on that. I'm not sure. 100% sure. Unseen says, honestly, I'm not sure if it's because I want it to be that or if it's just that, but I just feel something. You feel it in the air? I love that. I feel like I always feel something coming. I could feel it coming in the air. I love that song, so I always feel something. Nah, I'm not sad. I'm just I'm pensive right now. Not sad at all. There's just a lot to think about, a lot to do, a lot to accomplish. You know that overall weight that you feel on yourself when you're just not really where you want to be in life. I feel like the only thing that will make me fucking happy. I felt this thought today so many times, not so many times, but like a good 2 or 3 times. I've had this visceral feeling in my body. Like it usually happens like when my dad starts a conversation with me, and I just respond to him like, yeah, or like just very nonchalantly respond to my dad. Where I feel like if I had a lot of fucking money and if I made a lot of fucking money today, like if I would have made $400 to $500 today or even more than that, I would be so hyped. Like every time my dad talks to me, I'm like, yeah, what's up? Yeah, everything's cool. Like super hype. You know what I mean? Like I felt myself thinking that today. Like why is my base so like meh, bleh? Whereas I know me. If I was making mad bread, I would be hype about anything. Anything anybody said to me, I would be on 10 about it. I would be so excited for life. So maybe that's what you're sensing is like just this, my amplitude, if you will, my voltage right now. It's steady, but it's not like turned all the way to fuck up. Like I'm just not excited right now. You know what I mean? I'm not enthused where I feel like I could be. And then when I do the soul searching and the introspection about why that is, it's always a money thing. Because everything is cool. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I got my health. I have clean clothes. I have money to do the laundry. You know what I'm saying? I have money to feed myself. But I just don't have money to like go get a massage. I really want a fucking massage, son. I want to go out on the town one night in Jacksonville and fucking, they got like this anime karaoke night that they do out here. It's like an anime themed karaoke bar. I've been telling myself I'm gonna go to that shit as soon as I get some bread. Nigga. But that's it. You know, I always say money ain't everything, but it's the only thing. God damn it. And it just be so weird to me sometimes too. How like the culture now. The culture is like you haven't officially become an adult until you have like 100,000 in the bank. Like there's so many people. Like they make it seem like it's the normal thing to have like 100,000 in the bank, and you living well within your means and shit, and you able to save money and shit. That ain't, you know. I'm not even gonna speak that. Another thing I've been listening to today was what the fuck is his name? Neville Goddard. Some shit like that. I was listening to him talk today. And he was talking about how Assumption, is that the word? Assuming, basically. Assuming is you taking control of reality. Like, you have to assume. You can't have no doubt. No, there's no hoping, none of that shit. You just assume that shit is gonna be the way you say it's gonna be, and your fucking brain or your soul hacks reality and makes that reality manifest. You know, regular old secret shit. But nonetheless, even though it's regular and cliche and it sounds woo-woo, I believe in it, or I know of it. So I try to listen to it and try to like recalibrate my senses and shit. But yeah, I'm good, Unseen. I'm good. That's right, Happy. You do. You absolutely do. You already know. I can attest firsthand to that. Oh, nah, see, that's crazy. You walked outside at 3 in the morning, the witching hour, by the way. Why shit always gotta happen at 3:30 and shit? Like, what's that about? I know somebody knows what's the reason behind that. But walking outside and standing there for 5 minutes and then walking back in, fam, I would report myself to the police. I was like, yo, I'm an imposter. Fucking aliens calling me outside in my sleep and shit, and I'm walking out there and just having a quick chat with the aliens, and then coming back inside like nothing happened. That's crazy. That's crazy, Sienna. But if you feel better about it, if you feel invigorated, if you got all your body parts and your organs and all of that, then shit. Shit, keep rocking, girl. Celestial was good. That's why you have so much energy. Happy, because you give it out so beautifully. That's what they say. You get what you give what you get. So on and so forth, the Ouroboros and all of that. Okay, a couple people feeling that energetic shift. Don't tie happiness to money. Nah, I don't. I definitely don't tie my happiness to money. But at the same time, I would be remiss to say that more money wouldn't equate to more happiness, more smiles, more enthusiasm, more excitement. We're not gonna do that. Happy, you are that light in my darkest days. Andreas, thank you for saying spark up the enthusiasm. I definitely try my best, man. You know what, I feel like a part of it is being mindful of it. Like, I feel like it was cool of me to even notice that me knowing myself and being more excited when it came with that. You know what I'm saying? So there's a gift in that. But also, I try not to, because I find myself doing that a lot. Like, I compare my journey to other people's journeys who I feel who are less fortunate, and then I tell myself, well, at least that ain't my story. But that's really for the birds too. Like, you're not supposed to be just like it's not it's not validating, or it's not comforting, or it's not uplifting or beneficial to compare yourself to someone who has it better than you, and then look at yourself as less than. It's no more beneficial to compare yourself to people who have less than you, and then for you to tell yourself that you're better off. So I try not to practice that. You know what I'm saying? You get caught up in that trap a lot. Solo, hit that hype. Hit that hype, Solo. You can start trolling if you hit that hype. Or maybe hit the thumbs up, hit the like. Or maybe send me a couple dollars and I'll let you troll on, troll. I'll be your source of angst. I'll be your source of attention. You know what I'm saying? You show me some attention, I'll show you some attention. But the attention I like is currency. Not negativity, not negative energy. You know what I'm saying? If you get out of hand with that, I might have to put you on timeout. I like that, slimy jelly. Whoa. I read the rest of your handle. The rest of your handle is crazy. I pray to God asking to be nothing so I can do nothing but his will. Okay, I like that. I like that. I like that a lot. I try not to subscribe agenda to God, but I feel you. I hear what you're saying. I'll be on that same type of tip. Don't ask God for nothing. Cause you already have everything. You know what I mean? If I talk to God at all, it's just messages of gratitude. Like, yo, I'm grateful for what I have, God. Thank you. You know what I mean? But I definitely catch myself asking myself why a lot. It's, yo, I'm grateful, but why at the same time? Many hugs, Happy. You already know. Somewhat slick, had me scared, but I don't like to claim fear. Right, we're not gonna claim any of that. I have intense dreams, so I'm gonna blame that for now. I was conversing with mom, and she said the same thing used to happen to me as a kid, so I don't know. Oh, Sienna, you might be one of them ones, man. You conversing with the cosmos. You know what I mean? You getting the messages, and you gotta go debrief at 3 a.m. Wow, that's dope though. I wonder if your mom or your dad have had the same things happen to them, like if it's something that passes down in your lineage. Mrs. Clayton, what's good? Welcome to the chat. The holiday was amazing for me. Hope it was amazing for you and the fam. Shout out to Desmond Sr. and Jr. and all of that. What's going on up there in Alaska? It was nice to see you, Happy. Thanks for chiming in. Have a blessed night, my love. Get home safely. Stay dangerous. Big hugs and all of that. I'm not gonna hold y'all for too much longer either. I still got a phone call to make. I might cook dinner still. I just wanted to jump in and cut the break. I feel like the longer you take to do anything, the harder it is to get back at it. We've had hurricane winds and in a -0. What did I miss? Oh man, Alaska. What are you gonna do with that weather, Alaska? Gotta love it though. You haven't really missed nothing. I was catching people up on that week I had with the girls here, catching them up on, the thoughts I've been having, how my day's been going and all that. Nothing too crazy. Sienna was talking about how she sleepwalks. She has a Ring camera on her house and she's been watching herself walk outside at 3 a.m. and stand there and God knows what for 5 minutes, getting downloads or doing uploads, whatever, and then going back in the crib. That was a highlight. Happy was here, but she had to go back to work. You already know. A lot of the families in the building. Mrs. Stewart. Couple of trolls in the chat. Celestial Soul is in here. Still, maybe. Unseen. Smart Savvy. Ken was in here. Somebody noticed that I was acting, looking, maybe being a little sad, and I was like, nah, I'm not really sad. I'm just not enthusiastic about everything in the world right now. Do I play any instruments? Yeah, I play the trumpet. I know how to play a beat machine, a keyboard. That's about it. I know editing software. That's kind of like an instrument in a way. Play that. Yeah, sleepwalking is pretty scary because you're not supposed to wake people when they sleepwalk, I've heard. I wonder what happens if you wake them up. I would love to sleepwalk and somebody wake me up while I'm standing up and be like, yo, you're sleepwalking. And like, I just be in a whole nother room making like peanut butter and jelly or something. Thank you, Dr. Aubrey. Thank you for joining us. Sending you mad love, peace, joy, wealth, health, forever. Oh no, I wasn't talking to you, guy, when I was saying there's a couple people are trolling. I wasn't talking about you. There was a couple other people. XO Davis says, "Where is your wife?" She's somewhere out there in the world looking for me. I'm like, what's the name? Future. Turn out the lights. I'm looking for. That's a nice yellow on the walls. Thank you, the Great Northwest. Appreciate that. I think so too. Lawyer, you're going straight to jail for that comment. Straight to jail. No habeas corpus for you. You said it, Mrs. Clayton. Our own little worlds are more than enough for us to be concerned about all the extra shit going on. XO, you're sorry for being nosy because you was talking about Valadia. Oh, okay, I understand. It's all good. You just got some catching up to do. You missed a lot. That's funny. I look like I play jazz. Yeah, I used to be in a jazz band too. Not for nothing. You got a sixth sense about that, bro. I hope it wins you the lottery or, you know, helps you win a lot of money in Vegas or something one day. Predictive markets might be your thing. Check them out. Thank you for that, XO. May the God bless you as well with eternal happiness, peace, joy, love, laughter, romance, all those good things you already know. All right. That's a good 45 minutes of live yapping from a man from Manhattan who does more than wrapping the Christmas gifts around the dream lasting, the dream captain. Rapping the crap, rapping the rapping the. All right. Haven't caught a live in a while. How's your trade journey going? Oh, beautiful baby, what's good? Thank you for asking. The trading journey is going. It's going. It started off all in the green. I was definitely making profit. I want to say I can't say I was making a lot of money because I was only betting a small amount of money. Not betting, but trading with a small amount. And I want to say for like the first 2 weeks, everything was in the green. And then something happened in the second week and a half, third week, where I lost like my next 3 trades. And I want to say 2 of those 3 trades were just bad entries, but the third one was definitely a psychological mistake. And then I started to realize I need to work on my psychology around losing, period, especially losing money. And so I still trade. I've really just been building up my capital so I can trade with more capital, because my risk management right now is 5%. I'll only risk 5% of my capital on a single trade. And that doesn't really allow for big gains. So I want big gains. So I'm just really putting all the money that I can into my capital account so I can, like I said, have larger trades, and also taking the time to paper trade more to build up my conviction and work on my psychology, because like I said, my psychology isn't really good. Like, I'm great with winning. I'll take profit. I won't be greedy. You know what I'm saying? But when the losses happen, I almost don't want to trade again because I don't want to lose again. You know what I mean? Like, it's not just my technical analysis is always sound. I feel like I can make a pretty good decision on in feeling conviction for a trade that I'm in. And I also subscribe to the idea that if I come up with a trading idea and that trading idea is invalidated, because right now I want to scalp trade, which basically means every trade that I do, I only want to be in it for like an hour or 2 tops. So once my trading idea is invalidated, I get out of the trade. So I have good rules, I have good strategy, I have good analysis, I have good risk management, but my psychology just needs to be worked on. But yeah, thank you for asking the question. Who is that? Beautiful baby, appreciate you asking that. I think about it a lot to, refresh people on that. Peace, Carissa, peace, God. Everything cool, everything crisp, everything joyous on this end. How's everything with you? Did the girls rip open their gifts, or did they open them all perfect and slow? My granddaughter was so fun this year. It's her first Christmas. She's understanding the gift thing. Yeah, Mr. Clayton, I was talking about that earlier. Lumi does not open up her gifts at all yet. She kind of just doesn't get it. Like, I got her to open one, but she was just like ripping it with a couple of fingers very slowly. And me and Aura, I'm chill, but Aura's definitely like bouncing on both feet, like, just let me open it. So Aura definitely opened up most of the gifts. It was super fun to just have them for the holiday and be able to spoil the heck out of them. Aura was so happy with all her gifts. Dare I say, it was a little inundated with the gifts that she got. And I told myself that maybe I overdid it. Maybe I was overcompensating a little bit for, everything that's been happening over the past few months. But at the same time, I was like, this is what it feels like to spoil your children. When you feel like you overdid it, that is probably the epitome of spoiling your children. So I received that feeling. I accepted that feeling. I acknowledged it, and I relished it. Olu was good. Merry Christmas. Feliz Navidad. Do I pray before trading? No, I don't necessarily pray. I do pray in the beginning of the day, and within one of the prayers I bless all of my financial transactions for that day, including trading. So yeah. That kind of answers that. Yeah, spoiling is good, especially this year. And hopefully, what I to me it's also spoiling because I spent like every cent I could spare on them. So next year when finances are a lot more abundant, they'll get the equal amount of gifts, and I wonder if I'll consider it still spoiling because it won't hurt as much as it did this year, if that makes any sense. Yo, we got 17 people in here. I think there was a good 20 something at some point. I got 13 thumbs up, so that's pretty cool. Please consider subscribing to the channel if you are into vlogs, if you're into family life, if you're into physics, anime, music, hip hop, deep talks, uncomfortable talks. If you're into an emerging community, definitely consider subscribing, hitting the thumbs up, and all of that good stuff. This platform is just as much as yours as it is mine. Thank you for joining me. Join me every even day around 6:30, 7 o'clock. I'll probably jump on tomorrow because it's New Year's Eve, just to say, happy fucking New Year's to you all. And yeah, we'll do it like that. Am I selling a product? Do I have a website? Can we support you? You can always support by liking and subscribing. That costs you absolutely zero, nothing. You can also hype in the comments. I don't know if you can do it right now, but if you watch the replay, you can hit the hype button and that helps the video get out, which helps me earn fractions of a penny at a time. If you really feeling froggy, the Cash App and the Venmo and the PayPal and all that stuff are in the descriptions of my previous videos. If you feeling froggier, the Cash App right now, if you want it, is the money sign EYENERO money sign INERO 009, something like that. That's a good way you can support. Just by asking is a huge uplift, so I appreciate you, Carissa. I'm not gonna hold y'all too much longer. I told myself I was gonna cut it off at 45, but we're rounding that hour. I'm trying to think, is there any last thoughts I have before I leave you all? Maybe I'll show y'all a powerful thing I saw on Instagram recently. Dude. I've been finding a lot of powerful things on Instagram lately. The algorithm, I've fully corrected my algorithm to give me the things that I want. Okay. Let's go through this. The ridiculous odds you beat just to exist. Damn, I just realized I can't read backwards. Alright, here we go. What if I do it like this? And like that, and then I can read it. Okay. If the force of gravity in the early universe had been stronger by just 1 in 10/40ths, you would burn out. The stars would burn out too quickly for life to evolve. If it were weaker by just 1 in 10/40ths, stars and planets would never even form. We assume our sun is normal, but it isn't. 75% of all stars are red dwarfs, violent, unstable, and blasting their planets with sterilizing radiation. To live, we need a G-type star, yellow, metal-rich, and calm. Only 7% of these exist. But even that wasn't enough. Most sun-like stars are born in pairs. If the sun had a twin, the gravity would have flung Earth out of the solar system and into the freezing dark. We needed a single star. Data shows that most stars like the sun erupt in superflares roughly every 100 years, explosions strong enough to strip away the atmosphere. Our sun has been silent and calm for millennia. In simulations of the universe, 91% of Earth-like planets fail. Earth should be pummeled by asteroids constantly, but Jupiter's massive gravity pulls asteroids away from us. Without Jupiter, life would never evolve past a single cell before being wiped out by extinction-level asteroids. Billions of years ago, a planet the size of Mars hit Earth. If it had hit head-on, Earth would have been vaporized. Instead, it hit at exactly the right speed and exactly the right angle to carve out a piece that became the moon. Without the moon, Earth would spin out of control and wobble on its axis. Earth is steady only because our moon is heavy enough to lock Earth's axis in place. Without the moon, climate on Earth would be a chaotic blender that cannot sustain life. The asteroid that killed the dinosaurs hit the Yucatan Peninsula. If it had arrived just a few minutes late, Earth would have rotated and the asteroid would have landed in the deep Atlantic. The dust would have been smaller, the dinosaurs would have likely survived, and mammals like us would have never have risen to dominance. For you to be here, every ancestor of yours had to survive, reproduce, and keep that chain unbroken across 150,000 generations, an improbability of 1 in 1045 thousandths. The odds of your parents ever crossing paths are roughly 1 in 20,000. Even after that, the chance of that exact one sperm meeting that exact one egg that made you is 1 in 1/400 quadrillion. Putting it all together, your existence is probably is a probability of 1 in 10. What number is that now? 2,685 thousandths. For comparison, the number of atoms in the known universe is 10 in 80,000 and 10 in 80s. Or I don't even know how to fucking say that number. 10 to the 80th. There we go. If you imagine the entire universe to be packed solid with sand, finding you isn't like finding one specific grain in that heap. It's like finding the one specific grain and then successfully doing it again billions of times in a row. There are only two ways to live. You can live as though nothing is a miracle, or you can live as though everything is a miracle. Albert Einstein. And that's it. That's the one deepness that I have for you all. Till next time, my friends. See what y'all saying. Please don't spell anything out. I don't know how letters connect. As you perfectly spelled that. 2026 is a year of entrepreneurship. The 1 year too. Everything would benefit from selling and creating. Everyone would benefit. I hear that. I hear that, baby. Let's get it. I have a book coming out. Who fucking knows when this shit is gonna come out? But it's gonna come out fucking soon. That's what I know. It ain't gonna be sooner than later. If I gotta publish this shit my motherfucking self. And then we work on Walmart and Barnes and Nobles a little later and Audible a little later. That's just what we have to fucking do. But nonetheless, the book is coming out. It's called How to Fuck the Bee. Written by me. It's gonna be dope. Yeah, everything is cool, Mindy. Thank you for jumping in. We love you. Thank you, Mrs. Clayton, for sending that flower. Alright. Let's get this prayer going. To the one of us who is many, we come to you in total awareness in this eternal presence. Grant my friends peace, progress, prosperity, persuasion, pleasure, panacea, in this eternal moment of now. Eternal presence. There we go. And what comes after that? Ashe, Amen, Aho, In Laek, In La Ken. Alright, y'all. Peace. Till the next time. I'll see y'all tomorrow, actually. I'm gonna go live again. Maybe like 7:30 just to wish y'all a happy new year and all of that shit. Maybe pour some libations. Maybe twirl up some ganja. Till the next time.